Good morning traders and welcome to today's live trading. Today's actually Friday the 26th of January and this is the first live trading video I've done this year, so my apologies for that. The reason being we've been moving house, as you may notice by the subtle differences in the background of these videos. Yeah, that's pretty much taken us since just after New Year to get all of our stuff sorted, moved over, unpacked, settled, etc. So we're finally in the new place now, so these videos should go back to their weekly routine. I did actually try to film a video, record the trading that I did yesterday, but I just didn't get any trades. I'll run you through that briefly. And the only other thing to do is obviously wish you all a Happy New Year, belated Happy New Year. I appreciate the comments that we've had since the new year, just sort of questioning where these videos have been. That's really cool to see, to be honest, and really nice to see that people are taking value from these videos and looking forward to seeing these videos, so thank you very much for that. So yeah, to yesterday, basically I missed a particular setup. I had a band marked in just basically where the open candle is here, and I just missed the move up, this initial move up that I was looking for. Missed that completely. I then waited and waited and waited for a potential sell. I actually had to go out yesterday lunchtime and missed sort of this period here, and by the time I came to it we were sort of starting to move down, and there was just no opportunities to get into this market. And then into the close I was looking for a long, but again I had an order triggered. Where was the candle? I had an order triggered here after this engulfing candle here, and that just didn't trigger. It moved down, closed below, the order got cancelled, and then as you sort of get towards 4:30, you really don't want to be entering trades that time anyway. So I skipped it. So I thought I would give recording today's trading a go and see how this goes. If we do get trading this one, then I'll use this video, as it will be, there'll be actually some content in it rather than me rambling for 10, 12, 15 minutes and no actual trading. So yeah, that's the plan. So my trading plan this morning looks like this. We've got the two major bands here above and below price. We've got the one down here below starting at about the 620 level down to the 605 level, and one above starting at the 644 level up to about 660. As far as initial trade setups, I had one yesterday which was frustrating, but I didn't execute it, and as today I just haven't got one. So if it comes down into this band, then I will potentially be looking for longs. My preference would be for it to come up into this band and try and get into shorts, just because of the momentum of the market at the moment. Other than that, there's nothing really pressing to say really. Just wait for it to get to these high probability areas and start giving us some signals. So I'll stop rambling for now and I'll update you a little bit later on. Okay, so we're just coming up to 10 to 9 and I'm just watching how this candle's going to finish. If we get a decent close near the lows, which is backing off now. So never mind, that was close but no cigar. Okay, so just a bit of an update. We have literally just ticked past 9:30. And we've got the GDP the preliminary GDP in the UK for the Great British Pound. So it was a high bit of news, a high impact potential bit of news, and we're just getting this flush down on the tick of 9:30. It's a little bit frustrating. I mean, it's popping back up now, which is okay. I would love to get short at the minute. I would love to get short, but we've literally had nothing. You can see this candle here is just a doji candle here with the red body that's in the band. The next one here I thought was going to give us an entry, but it didn't. We then narrowly missed the band here again, but again it's a doji candle. I would love for this to possibly now come up a little bit higher, maybe test this R1 level and fail and just give us a sell signal. I would definitely be taking that. If it's just going to come down from here, it's going to be really frustrating, to be honest, because there's nothing I can do with it here. I'll just have to sit out and watch it. there's just no way of unless this comes up, there's no way of getting into a short as it stands. And if it is going to come down, then sort of this area here would have been the target, just a little bit lower than that low there. And as far as potential longs go, we've obviously got the top of this band and the bottom of this band. We've got, you know, bits of confluence there and there, so it could happen. We could take a long from there, but it would have to set up well. My preference is definitely this sell. So all I can do is keep watching. I've actually got to go out pretty soon for a little bit. So if I don't update you before then, I'll be back probably early afternoon, and we can go from there. But fingers crossed, we can get maybe a sell-off before I have to go out. We'll see. So we're 1:30 now. Just a little update really. You can see price has moved higher. We've had this little move back down and sort of tested the structure that we've made this morning, sort of these sort of levels. The highs and the closes of these candles here. We've had a test of that area. We've had a really small bounce and now we're breaking back through it. So as far as trade-wise goes now, what I'd like to see is, because I haven't had it up here, if I'd have had a sell signal from this area here, I'd have been on it. I could have taken this as an engulfing candle, but it's right into these lows, and it's not my favourite entry candle if I'm completely honest. So what I'd rather see now is price pop back up, literally into these lows, marry up with this structure, and give us a sell, and I would look to take that at least down to the pivot, if not down to the band below. So that's what I'm watching for at the moment. We'll see what happens. Right, so what I'm going to do is give this a short just below this candle here. So the low here is 42.5, so I want to be in at 41.4. So there's the order. I can bring the ticket across for you. Let me shift this up. There's the ticket. So basically I'm looking for price to move further down. If we look across at the higher time frames, you can see that we've not had a close on the 4 hour above this ATMA, which is promising, especially for a short position. We've got the good momentum downwards. Excuse me. And if we look over here at the hourly chart, we're getting a little bit of chop, but we have had this move up. We've tested the ATMA, had a little bounce. So now for me, there is definitely the potential for closing through this AMA and maybe attacking back down at these lower levels, you know, towards the 7,600 level. So the order's in. If we do get the move down, then brilliant. Now if price comes up and starts closing above this candle, the signal candle, then I'll just close the order. But until that happens, the order will stay in the market, and I'll bring the live ticket across if it does get triggered, and we'll see how this one gets on. Okay, so we're moving up quite a lot now, significantly away from the order anyway, so I'm going to cancel this, submit and cancel that. So that's the order gone. This doesn't mean that I'm not still interested in this trade. I am. What will get tricky though is if it starts moving past this high, because we've taken out this low and there was no follow through to that. So you know, that was a good sign of weakness, and then when you think more people are going to step in on the selling, they haven't. The selling's just right up here, and we've managed to move all the way up, which isn't a good sign for any further down movement at the moment. Excuse my phone. So if we do start moving up past this high, then that's not ideal, and so we might have to wait a little bit longer, and especially if we start getting up past this high, then it will make it very tricky. So we'll see for now. It's still got a bit of work to do to get above here. But back to watching. We'll see what happens. Okay, so we're just coming up to 3:30, and we're having what's looking like going to be a very good sell candle. So I'm going to submit a sell order below this candle at 50. It needs to be at, I think I put it in wrong, it needs to be at 53.4. It's way too high. 53.4, sell. Let me bring that ticket across for you. Move this, oops. Move this across. Here's the ticket. So 7653.4. Yeah, so that's right. So if we could start moving down now, we're going to get triggered into a short position. It's just sort of slowly made its way higher with no real purpose. At every point, that's it, we're into the trade. I'll bring that ticket up in a minute. At every point, we've sort of dragged our feet. It's tried to break down 3 times here. You've seen it didn't do it. It's come up to these highs. It's literally taken these highs out. And basically what I said down here, there's been no follow through to the upside. There's been no buyers wanting to take this any higher. And instead we've seen probably the best sell candle that we've seen all day. So we're just looking for it to move down now. It's tested these highs here. You can see it's come across these highs here. We've had a bit of a test of these already, so I expect it to move past these. I really would expect it to sort of come down to the bottom of the band now and give breaking this area another go. We do have the 5-minute 200 here as potential support if it is going to start moving down. My initial target of sort of around here, the 7620 level, might be a bit ambitious with us being 5:30 and only having an hour left of trading. You've seen that we've not moved far today really in the grand scheme of things. A typical hour's worth of trading is moving 10 points really if we're lucky. So maybe we target sort of this 200 level, 7640, around there. Maybe the lows if we're going to be realistic and get out of this trade today. So we'll see what happens. We're triggered into the trade. Like I said, I'll bring that ticket across now so you can see it. And we'll just have to see how this one runs. Okay, so we're coming up to 4:25 now, and as you can see, we did have this tiny move down. Really rubbish move down. Let me just move this ticket. And we've bounced literally from basically these sort of mini highs here. We've tested these and bounced. Now, we're up above this band at the minute. This is the first close above, and to be honest, there's no real reason to stay in this trade now. So if this pops above 2 points, pops above this candle by 2 points, so the high is 64.8. So if we get up to 66.8, I'm just going to stop loss. 66. Make it 67. If we go, just check that's right. High. Yeah, so 67. This stops in at 67 now. So if that comes up, I will be out. Let me bring the ticket across again so you can see it. Of this trade. It's like I said, when we took it at about 3:30, within an hour, I think within 35 minutes, we were back at break even. The market is so slow moving at the moment. It's really quite... You've got to be really engaged and focused in order to trade this market at the moment because it's so slow. You can see we've spent the majority of the day really in one band, which was the story yesterday really. You spend a lot of time in one band. There's not that quick reaction that you sometimes get. So it makes it difficult to trade. You've got to really look at the intraday structure levels and really take the setups that give you the best probability of a winning outcome, because it's it's times like these where you can get really bored, and you can start taking trades that sort of fit your plan, or yeah, that's the signal, I'll take it, sort of thing, or you see a signal that you're umming and ahhing about because you're bored, and then you see it going in the direction that the signal would have put you in the market at, and you get frustrated about it. Well, there was one earlier where I was looking at it. Let me see if I can find it. It was this one. So we'd come up double topped with this, and I looked at it and I thought, no, it's not really enough, to be honest, for me to take a trade there. And then you start see it coming down, and you can, it doesn't matter how long you've been trading, you can start thinking, why didn't I take that trade? When in reality, you made the decision in an objective manner when your head was clear. You're now looking back at it with like rose-tinted glasses, thinking, I wish I took that trade because it's in profit. If it had carried on moving up, you wouldn't be sat looking at it going, why didn't I take that trade? You didn't take that trade at the time because it wasn't a good trade to take. And ultimately, luck was the right decision. That's why you've got to trust yourself to make objective assessments when you're in the market, and not get caught into the FOMO trades, the fear of missing out, because it will just burn your account. That said, this trade doesn't look like it's going to be a winner either, so we're having a little bit of a sell-off into the close here. I might hold on to this for a little bit, but it is Friday and I'm not going to be holding it over the weekend, so I'll see. I can't see that we're going to get any significant selling coming in between sort of now and maybe 5:30. And don't forget, the spreads will widen slightly as the market closes, so we'll see. I'll hold on to it for now. I'll let it run to either the stop or to some sort of other point where we might have to make a decision on when to close it, but I would imagine that this one's going to get stopped. But I'll bring the ticket back up and let this trade conclude. Okay, so there we go. Trade closed. We were stopped out, I think, for about 12 points. I didn't actually see it. I'm not sure. I think it was about 12, 13 points there. But that was obviously the risk on the trade, and we got in. We were looking for, potentially a lot more than that, over double. So the risk reward on it was good. To be honest, we just didn't get the movement today. It looks like wanting to continue this selling for the last couple of days, and it's just not really happened. We had obviously this big move down on, when was that? January 25th. That was yesterday. Oh yeah, of course it was. I did record this day, but I just didn't get any trades. This was quite a frustrating move to watch, having been looking out for it all day, and I thought we might get a continuation of that today, but just not happening. Not much you can do really. It's just part and parcel of trading, and we stuck to the plan, and that was the most important thing. So I hope you managed to take value out of these live. The entire day. You get to see the entire day. It's not just a snippet of, oh, this is a winning trade, or oh, this is a losing trade. This is like, you get to see the sort of the frame of mind throughout the day, which I hope helps or gives you at least some insight. And you can take that into your own trading and build on it really. So if you have enjoyed the video, please do leave a like on it. If you are enjoying these sorts of videos, then please consider subscribing to the channel. I do these live trading videos. I try to do them every week where time allows, and I do some other videos in between, some sort of tutorial videos or introducing certain topics here and there. I do have a price patterns video that I'm nearly finished on. I'll upload that at some point, and yeah, thank you very much. I'll see you next week.